I am Mia and Vergara and glad you could join us today. We've got something fun and expressive to share with you. In this video, we'll explore how people use emoticons to express emotions in digital conversations. These simple symbols made by combining keyboard characters like punctuation marks, numbers, and letters were invented by humans to help us show feelings like happiness, sadness, confusion, and more even without using any words. Before emojis, these clever little emoticons were already helping people communicate through text, from a smiley face to a tired look or even frustration. And this presentation will walk you through three parts. Emoticons that have the same meaning, emoticons that have the two different meanings, and some creative new ones we made ourselves. So stay with us as we break it down, and maybe you'll find a few new emoticons to use it in your own chat too.
Hi everyone, I'm Chi, and for today we're talking about these emoticons. So the first one is this. It means confused and disappointed. Think of this one as a face that's a bit puzzled and slightly sad. The colon, the two dots that you can see, is the eyes, but they're not smiling or frowning. They're just kind of neutral, something like that. The slash is like a slightly droopy mouth. It's not a big frown, more likely like a little meh or something. It says, I'm not really sure what's going on and I'm a little disappointed. Imagine you were expecting something good to happen and it didn't quite work out. That's the feeling of this emoticon gives. It all depends on what's happening in the conversation. Second one is this, a playful and flirtation emoticon. This one is all about fun and maybe a little bit of flirt. The semicolon acts like a winking eye. It's playful and a little bit mischievous. The parentheses are smiling mouth. Together they say, I'm feeling happy and a bit cheeky, something like that. It's like giving someone a playful nudge or a secret smile. It's a friendly, approachable emoticon, perfect for light-hearted conversation. It can be used between friends or even to add a little playful flirtation to a message, something like texting your crush or something. It's like all about the context. Sometimes it's just friendly banter. Other times it might hint at a something more. So the last one is this. It is like a disappointed face and concerned at the same time. This one's a bit more mysterious. The colon is the eyes. Again, pretty neutral. The vertical line is a straight mouth, neither smiling nor frowning. It's a bit of blank slate, really. It can mean a few things depending on the situation. Sometimes it's just mild disappointment, like, oh well, that's not great. Other times it might show concern or worry, like, I'm not sure I like this. It's a subtle emoticon that relies heavily on the rest of the conversation to understand what it really means. It's like a quiet pause in the conversation, a moment or reflection before the next message. It's understated, leaving room for interpretation. So that's all.
Hello everyone! For today, I will be explaining the three pairs of emoticons that have the same meaning. For the first pair of emoticons, we have this and this one. Both of them show happiness, but this emoticon is different because it has a dash which represent a nose, but both of them show being happy. For example, this one. So, for the second emoticon, we have this and this one. It means it's a sad. For the last emoticon, we have this and this one. It shows surprise.
All right. We'll now be covering the X emoji, or I'll just put it right here so you guys can see which emoticon I'm putting in on the screen. The combination of X's within this emoji often represent someone who is dead or can convey the feeling of exhausted or dead tired, as they say. Um, Normally, the X mark represents death, so that's why the level of lifelessness and extreme fatigue became correlated with the idea of using an emoticon that uses X and underscore as a mouth to signify the face is used as a form of depiction, sorry, for this state of being. Next, we'll be covering this one now. We'll be putting the emoticon on screen here. This is the surprised or shock face. It has wide and round eyes represented by the zeros or large O's, depending on how you'd like to use the emoticon. It's a classic depiction of just being shocked by certain news or even like a statement that you're just shocked by it at all. It's very effective to communicate the level of astonishment since having widened eyes when you're talking about a certain topic that you're so surprised over or where you're taken aback is a good visual representation of your face. So, yeah, again, the period that's included within the emoji, right here, is a good expression of a mouth and eyes just widen, like that's a sample face that I'm doing. Sorry. All right. The next emoji would be this one again. I'll put it over here. This emoji with downward slopping eyes is used as an expression of boredom. You can use two dashes and an underscore if you want, but for this specific one, we'll just be using the period. It's mostly just showing an emoticon due to the lack of interest within a certain topic. That's basically it. The lines signify the lack of energy or engagement. It's like you're not really interested in the topic at all. But yeah, it's a really concise culmination on how you would depict a facial expression of uninterest with an emoticon being represented with certain symbols. Next, we'll be doing the emoji right here, which sorry here, which is the yummy face, or as they say, the hungry face. This emoji is used mostly to express feelings of enjoyment and is used normally in context with food, like saying, wow, this looks so yummy. And then you use that emoticon because the two, two dots there, sorry, correction here. This is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm ad-libbing this mostly is a representation of eyes, and the 9 represents a mouth, a smiling mouth with a tongue sticking out. Because normally, if you're like hungry for something, you tend to lick your lips or looking forward to like a meal. That's a very common sign or an expression, and it's mostly just being shown because it's what's it called? It's a good representation of delight and the feeling of looking forward to enjoying and eating something. But yeah, it's very unique and it's generally understandable because yeah, that looks delicious. Something like that. Yeah. All right. Next is the frustration or annoyance face, or sometimes it can also be not that, but genuinely that's what we consider it to nowadays. Again, emoticons are really fickle in how they're used, and sometimes their visual representation or the meanings they portray can really change a lot during the eras. But this emoticon, let's pop it up right here, is a combination of eyes and mouths that typically represent frustration or annoyance. The sideways eyes and kind of downturned mouth clearly convey a form of negative emotion, sometimes a little bit of a playful emotion, like, mm. It sort of looks like the downward slapping eyes thing. It's like the boredom emoji, but a little bit more different because the eyes are, like this. I don't know if I can represent them properly, but yeah, they convey a sense of negative emotion because they're like feeling a little bit frustrated, as you can see from the face. Again, the underscore represents a mouth. That seems like a very common thing for emoticons. I'll be real with you. But yeah, its popularity stems mostly from the highly expressive nature and how you can just directly reveal the feeling of just being frustrated at a certain thing with that simple emoticon, because it really just represents what a face genuinely just looks like when you're feeling that way. But yeah, I hope you've learned something great from me. I'm just looking at the camera here, sorry. But yeah, the camera's over here. I'm looking at my window here. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my part, and thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Trisha Kayla Hermones, and today we learned how emoticons play a big role in expressing our feelings. In part 1, we learned how emoticons share the same meaning. For example, this and this can both mean you're feeling happy, while this and this can both mean you're feeling sad. Then in part 2, we look at how emoticons can have different meanings depending on how you use them. For example, this emoticon can mean that you are feeling confused, but at the same time, it can also mean that you are feeling disappointed. And next, this emoticon can mean that you are feeling playful, but at the same time, it can also be a sign of flirtation. Then in part 3, we got creative and made up our own emoticons along with their meanings. This emoticon can mean that you are really tired, and this emoticon can show that you are feeling surprised or shocked, while this can mean that you are bored or uninterested. So why do we use emoticons? Because emoticons can help us express what we feel visually. Instead of typing, I am happy or I'm confused, a simple emoticon already shows it. They add emotions and tone to our messages, which is really helpful when we can't hear someone's voice or see their faces. That's why emoticons are so useful. They help us connect even to a screen. Thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed and learned something new today. Bye!